Now we're going to take a look at a very interesting feature called the point cloud feature, which is used for creating an outline of different parts that don't necessarily have a geometric shape, but that could have different shapes and sizes. And generally this is used to create a DXF file for reverse engineering, which can also be used in our software for go no-go analysis with features and shapes. So the first tool, and these tools are again just like the other automatic measurement tools, but this is very interesting. You'll notice this part has a wide variety of just different shapes to it. So again at the top is the single point tool. These are where the point cloud tools are located. So when I click on the single point tool and that is depressed, I can come anywhere into this video window and click, and it will fire points all the way around each shape that it sees. So there's points that have been fired all the way around the outline of this part, and you'll see this when I click on the graphical display. You'll notice that it has created a graphical outline of thousands of points around the part. I can then go to File and Export to DXF, and that will create a DXF file of that part with those shapes. So next I will come over to the point cloud in the feature list and delete it, and we'll show you the next one down, which is the rectangular or box ability to create a point cloud. So I can hold the mouse down with the left mouse and stretch out the box area that I want to create the DXF of. Let it go, and now we will only have a point cloud representation of the tip of this part. And again, I will click on the graphical window and you'll see the outline of that. Last but not least, which is not used that much, is the single point box, where I can choose that I want to have a point created within each location. So it'll take a single point, and you'll see that those 3 points were taken there. That's for taking just a point within that box. And I'm going to delete those. So I'll delete all the measurements. We do not want to save it. And another point measurement here is the range button. So I can left click to select a range that I want it to shoot straight across in, and left click again on the other side of this edge. You'll notice the arrow, just like in the range tools, is facing this way. So when I right click, it will automatically fire those points along that line to see where the first edge is that it sees. So you can do that at any location. I'll do another one here. Stretch it out across there. The arrow is facing that way. Right click and it will create a point there. So that's a good way to use edge detection for a single point that you want to create. And we will delete those. We won't save it. So just to get a feel for how this DXF type scenario could work for go no go, similar to an optical comparator or an overlay gauge on an optical comparator, we can use the single point tool. We can click anywhere in the video screen. It will create the outline of our part. So we have a golden part that we want to save as a DXF. I will click on the graphical screen and you'll see that that's the outline that we have. I will come over to File and I will export this to a DXF, and we can name it whatever name we want. We'll call this Rounded Shapes. We'll save that DXF. So now we have the DXF, which we can bring back in as an overlay, which is pretty unique for a system like this. We can go to File and we can import a DXF. There's our rounded shapes DXF. So we'll click on that. And you'll notice over here in the feature list windows, it's bringing in thousands of points automatically. So we'll just let this load. So it brought in a DXF overlay of 2,783 points to our video window. So now if we want to do a go no go analysis, we can click on the live video screen and you will see that the overlay tracks. So when I move the part to the shape, you'll notice that it all fits in line. If it's outside of the shape, it's off. So if your part was misaligned or not properly created, the live video behind the overlay would be showing as being off. If it is properly created, we can line the two up and say, we see that the DXF is overlaid correctly over all of these shapes and all of these areas. So this shows you how the point cloud feature works. It can be very useful for quick analysis and go no go gauging.